Hello, kids, it's Daddy the Storyteller, and today I'm going to read you Disney's Big Hero 6, Hiro and Tadashi. Come closer as I tell you the story. That's me in that picture, the good looking one. Okay, the small one. I'm Hiro Hamada, and that's my older brother, Tadashi, back when we were younger. And this is the story of how we came up with the number one rule for being a Hamada brother. It started like any other Monday. We'd spent most of the morning helping our Aunt Cass at the cafe before school. We were also thinking of new rules to add to our list. It's just the two of us, you see, so it's a pretty exclusive club. We need to make sure we give us Hamada brothers a good name. After Tadashi and I ran into our friend Fred, we came up with rules 453 and 454. Then we reached San Francisco Tech, Tadashi's school, and the top robotics college in the country. Even though I have a promising career in bot fighting, I really want to go to their school next year. Before I left San Francisco Tech, I just happened to overhear the famous Professor Callahan assign a super neat project. Well, there was no way I was going to be left out of this, even if it was technically Tadashi's class and not mine. That's one of our rules. Hamada brothers are up for any challenge. Luckily, right after school, I got the best news ever. Tadashi convinced Professor Callahan to let me work on the project too. So we went to Tadashi's friends at one of our favorite places for inspiration, the junkyard. Honey, Wasabi, and Gogo are also students at SF Tech, and Fred, well, he just likes hanging out. We headed to our super duper lab to start bouncing around ideas, some of us quite literally. Then Honey came up with a great idea. Let's surprise each other with our projects at the end of the week. Then we can decide which one really has the wow factor. Now we're talking a competition. It was totally game on. I usually like to work alone, but my brother and I knew if we joined forces, we'd come up with something brilliant. So Tadashi and I hurried back to the cafe to come up with the greatest invention ever. Let's make a cleaning robot. It could sweep the floor and take out the trash. First, Tadashi told me his idea. My brother is super smart and all, but I think we can agree that idea was not the greatest. Boring. Then I proposed my idea. We should do a fire-breathing dragon robot. It could light up fireplaces and candles just to be super cool. But for some reason, Tadashi wasn't into it. What about an energy-saving robot? Tadashi asked. One that turns off all the things that aren't being used. Do we live in a world where light switches were never invented? Or a super sushi chef robot, one that feeds us and puts on a show at the same time? I countered. It was clear we were at a standoff. At that rate, we wouldn't have anything to show by Friday. And then suddenly, it hit us. The perfect idea. Tadashi and I worked for hours upon hours in the lab. Everyone was super curious about what we were doing, but we kept things top secret. Finally, Friday came. It was time for us to share our inventions. Honey went first. She'd created a new form of electricity that ran purely on socks. Now all socks without matches have a purpose. Gogo presented a motorized scooter that could climb any surface. It has 10 different speeds. Wasabi made special glasses that showed germs. Now you can prevent direct contact with any bacteria, Wasabi explained. I added this lightning bolt, Fred said, and I didn't bathe for a week. Finally, we shared our top secret project, and boy, did it amaze them. The world's first flying cat, complete with rocket boots. We explained just how we'd gotten this genius idea. Sometimes you've got to know when to be practical, and sometimes you've got to know when to think big. It was our best work ever, something we could never have done alone, and something that inspired our number one rule. Rule number one: Hamada brothers don't reach for the stars, they reach for the flying cats. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe for my channel, Daddy the Storyteller. See you next time.